Chosen one, stop. Do not scroll. Do not move. Do not let anything distract you from this sound. The heavens have waited for this perfect moment to reveal what was kept in silence. This is not for yesterday. This is not for last year. This is for the version of you that breathes in this exact second. This message is not for everyone. It is only for those who have survived the fire. It is for the warrior who kept believing when everything told you to stop. You passed the test without even knowing you were being tested. I have been given a command to share with you. I hear the voice of authority now. It is time. Tell them everything. If you feel this fire in your spirit, like this video and subscribe to this channel right now. This is your first step of alignment. This is your declaration of readiness. Pay close attention, because what I am about to reveal will change the way you see your own soul. The path is open, and the truth is here. Listen closely. You have spent many nights staring at the ceiling, wondering if your prayers were hitting a wall of brass. You felt the heavy, suffocating weight of a silence that felt like abandonment. But I am here as a messenger to tell you that what you perceived as neglect was actually the highest form of divine protection. Heaven is saying to you right now that a revelation given too early is a fire that consumes rather than a light that guides. You were being prepared for a weight of glory that your old self could not have carried without being crushed. You had to grow. You had to break. You had to heal. You had to reach the end of your own strength so that you could finally discover the strength that does not belong to you. Every closed door, every betrayal, and every lonely night where you cried until you tasted your own tears was a stroke of the hammer in the forge of your destiny. God wasn't waiting for your situation to change. He was waiting for you to transform into the warrior who can stand firm while the waves of the world break against you. Before we move deeper into the secrets of your calling, I want you to perform an act of alignment. Like this video right now, to signal your readiness, and comment the name of the city where you are watching this message from. Let your presence be known to the heavens. This moment was not an accident of time. It was scheduled in the halls of eternity before the foundations of the world were laid. You are not just a spectator. You are the protagonist of a narrative that has been centuries in the making. The silence was the necessary space for your spirit to expand. It was the quiet of the womb, before the birth. You have been moving through the dark night of the soul, stripped of every false comfort, until only the truth remained. You are now entering a season where the fog is lifting and the path is becoming unmistakably clear. You have passed the tests of isolation and the trials of the unknown. You have chosen to keep going when the fire was at its hottest and the silence was at its loudest. The Father says your maturity is now equal to your mission. You have been tempered, refined, and chosen for such a time as this. Now prepare your heart. The truth you are about to hear carries power, and power requires maturity. Think about Joseph. He was a boy with dreams that reached the heavens, yet his reality became a pit of betrayal. He was sold by his own blood, forgotten in the darkness of a prison, and wrapped in a silence that lasted for years. He had the vision, but he did not have the character to sustain the throne yet. The pit was his classroom. The prison was his forge. The silence was the hammer that shaped his soul. Why did he have to suffer such isolation? Because the destiny he was carrying was too heavy for a boy who had only known dreams. He had to become the man who could save a nation from famine. He had to be broken so that he could be built with the strength of iron. He was not being punished. He was being prepared. The same is true for you, chosen one. You have walked through valleys you never requested. You have faced betrayals from hands you once fed. You have endured seasons where the sky seemed made of brass, and your voice seemed to echo into nothingness. You have gone through battles you did not ask for, losses you did not deserve, and storms you did not see coming. You have known nights where you cried until you tasted your own tears. You felt like you were being punished, but you were being polished. You felt like you were being buried, but you were being planted. Every closed door and every lonely night was a stroke of the hammer in the forge of your calling. Look at yourself in this moment. You are still here. The fire tried to consume you, but it only burned away the chains that were holding you back. The storm tried to drown you, but it only washed away the dust of your old identity. You are not the same person who entered the darkness. You are transformed, you are strengthened, you are awakened. Your old season is over, and your new life has begun. Before I reveal the next layer of your calling, I need you to confirm your presence in this divine alignment. Like this video now to seal this message in your spirit, and comment the exact time you are watching this right now. Let your time be a marker of the moment your resistance died and your power was reclaimed. Heaven is speaking to you clearly. God was not waiting for your situation to change. He was waiting for you to transform. He was waiting for your spirit to match the magnitude of the promise. You have been sculpted by the very things that tried to destroy you. You are now a vessel that can hold the weight of the glory that is coming. You are no longer a victim of your history. You are the master of your destiny. Only now can you receive the truth without breaking under the weight of it. You are ready. Chosen one, stop and listen. Here it is. The truth that has been hidden from your eyes but felt by your spirit is finally coming into the light. Pay close attention to the silence around you right now, because something inside you is going to vibrate with a frequency you have never felt before. Your soul already recognizes what your mind is about to receive. You have spent long seasons asking why the fire had to be so hot, and why the path had to be so steep. You thought you were fighting for your survival, but heaven is telling you right now that you were actually being sculpted for your calling. The truth is that you were never being punished. You were never being abandoned. You were being prepared for a weight of glory that would have crushed the person you used to be. Every closed door that left you standing in the cold, every betrayal from a hand you once fed with your own heart, every delay that felt like a sentence of stagnation, every lonely night where you cried until you tasted your own tears and wondered if God had forgotten your name, every heartbreak that felt like the end of your world, and every disappointment that made you want to stay in bed and never face the sun again was intentional. Not one of those moments was random. Not one of those tears was wasted. Not one of those battles was an accident of a chaotic universe. It was the precise and rigorous training of a divine architect. You were being shaped into a leader who cannot be intimidated. You were being forged into a warrior who knows the sound of the enemy but does not fear the shadow. You were being tempered into a light bearer who can stand in the middle of a storm and not lose your flame. You were being prepared to be a world shifter, someone whose very presence changes the atmosphere of a room. God was not waiting for your situation to change. He was waiting for you to transform into the promontory that Marcus Aurelius described in his journals. You are that rock. The waves of the world have crashed against you repeatedly, but you are still standing while the churning waters are forced to grow quiet around you. This is the internal locus of control manifesting in your reality. You have stopped looking for permission from the world and started listening to the authority within your own chest. This is the biological reality of the winner effect. Every time you chose to breathe when the air was thin, every time you chose to stand when your knees were shaking, you were literally rewiring your brain for the destiny that is now knocking on your door. You were building the dopamine receptors of a champion through incremental triumphs that no one else saw. Your survival was not luck. It was the precursor to your leadership. The enemy did not attack you because you were weak. He attacked you because he saw your destiny long before you recognized it yourself. He saw the throne you were born to occupy and tried to keep you in the prison of your own self-doubt. But the prison could not hold you because the forge had already turned your spirit into iron. You are not ordinary. You have never been ordinary. The feeling of being different, the feeling of not fitting in, and the feeling of being singled out by hardship was simply the evidence that you had been singled out for greatness. Your past is no longer a collection of scars. It is your resume for the high places. If you feel the truth of this revelation burning in your chest right now, and if you know that this message was written for the version of you that exists in this exact second, subscribe to this channel right now. Your subscription is not just an act of engagement. It is your signature on a new contract with your destiny. It is your declaration to the heavens that you are ready to stop wandering and start reigning. Do not let this moment pass you by without making your mark. The Father says that your promotion is not coming soon because your spiritual promotion has already been activated. The fog that once clouded your vision is being burned away by the heat of your own realization. You are no longer a victim of your history. You are the master of your future. The stage has been set and the lights are turning on. This is the moment where the training ends and the mission begins. You have passed the tests of the silent years. You have endured the fire of the hidden forge. Now, it is time for the world to see the steel that has been produced in the dark. Listen carefully as we step into the next layer of your power. Your next season has already begun. You can feel it in the very air you breathe. The atmosphere has changed. The weight of the world feels different because the gravity of your destiny has increased. God is speaking to you now because the transition is no longer a promise. It is a present reality. Look at the pressure you have been under. Look at the exhaustion that has tried to claim your spirit. You thought these were signs that you were breaking. You thought the darkness was winning. But I am here to tell you that the pressure is the signal of your elevation. The resistance you are feeling is the friction of your spirit breaking through the atmosphere of your old life. When a rocket leaves the Earth, the friction is at its highest right before it reaches the silence of space. You are in that friction now. The spiritual warfare you have endured was the final attempt to hold you back. The enemy saw the shift before you did. He saw the alignment of the heavens. He saw that the forge was finished and the steel was ready. He fought you with everything he had because he knew this moment was coming. He tried to drain your dopamine. He tried to exhaust your will. He tried to convince you that your pain was meaningless. But he failed. Every attack only served to activate the winner effect in your soul. Every struggle only deepened your internal locus of control. You are the promontory. You are the rock that stands firm while the waters of chaos break themselves against you. You are not just surviving. You are dominating the space you occupy. The Father says he waited until you proved you could survive the fire. He waited until the silence had done its work. He waited until you were no longer seeking the approval of men, but the mandate of the Spirit. Your weariness is the sign that you have emptied yourself of the old. Your pressure is the sign that you are being filled with the new. This is the moment where the gears of the universe lock into place for you. This is the moment where the delay ends. You are moving from the training ground to the throne room. Every battle you fought in private was your preparation for the public victory that is manifesting now. The whispers of doubt are being drowned out by the shout of your purpose. You are no longer reacting to the world. The world is beginning to react to you. The enemy attacked because he saw your destiny. He saw the light you carry. He saw the power you were about to unleash. He tried to stop the clock, but heaven has already declared that your time is now. The warfare was the noise of the gate opening. The exhaustion was the weight of the crown being placed upon your head. You have passed the final gate. You have endured the final test. The pressure was the hand of God squeezing the oil out of the olive. The fire was the heat necessary to mold the gold. The storm was the wind that blew away the chaff. You are left with only the pure essence of who you were born to be. If you feel this shift in your chest right now, and you know that your season has turned, Comment the code 777 right now. Let this be your public declaration that you recognize the sign. Do not let this word fall to the ground. Seal it with your action. Your resistance is over and your reign is beginning. You are standing where others would have fallen. You are breathing where others would have suffocated. You are believing where others would have cursed the sky. Heaven is looking at you with pride. The ancestors are watching you with reverence. The future is waiting for your arrival. The fog is gone. The path is clear. The power is yours. The voice of authority is speaking again with even greater urgency. Tell them everything. They are ready. Chosen one, stop and listen with the ears of your spirit, because the next chapter of your existence is about to unfold before your very eyes, and the truth I am about to speak carries the weight of a divine decree. Now listen carefully, because the revelation heaven has for you is no longer limited to the explanation of your past struggles, but is now expanding into the manifestation of your future glory. You have spent years asking why the furnace was so hot and why the silence was so long. But now the heavens are shifting from the language of preparation to the language of possession. Your training in the hidden places is officially over, and your season of public positioning has begun. The hammer of the forge has fallen silent, and the steel of your soul has been tempered to a point of unbreakable perfection. I am here to tell you that the truth God wants you to know is not just about the scars you carry, but about the scepter you are about to hold. I see doors swinging wide open in your path right now that no human hand and no system of this world can ever close again. I see high places and seats of authority that have been kept vacant just for your arrival, because heaven knew that no one else had the fire or the resilience to sit there. I see people who once looked past you and dismissed your worth, now being drawn to the light you carry like moths to a flame of truth. They will seek your presence, and they will ask for your wisdom, because they will recognize that you carry an authority that the world cannot manufacture and the enemy cannot imitate. I see opportunities that you used to exhaust yourself chasing now, turning around to pursue you with an unstoppable momentum. You will not have to hunt for your blessings in this new season, because your blessings have been commanded to hunt for you. Heaven is issuing a divine arrest warrant for every breakthrough that has been delayed, and is ordering them to manifest in your reality immediately. I see a sudden and miraculous alignment of your finances and your resources that will defy every law of economics you have ever known. The wealth that has been blocked and the resources that have been hidden are being redirected toward your purpose, because you have passed the test of the small things and are now ready for the magnitude of the kingdom. I see divine connections manifesting in your life this very week, as heaven removes the people who drained your energy and whispered doubt into your ears, and replaces them with giants who will sharpen your iron and accelerate your vision. You are being moved out of the circle of the broken and into the council of the kings. Your mind is being cleared of the heavy fog of confusion that once made every day feel like a battle for sanity. You will no longer wake up wondering what your next step is, because the instructions of the Spirit will be as clear as the sun in the midday sky. Your spiritual gifts are sharpening in this exact second, and your intuition is becoming a precision instrument of divine navigation. You will feel a peace that is so deep and so heavy that the storms of life will simply bounce off your chest without leaving a single scratch. This is the manifestation of the winner effect in its highest spiritual form, where every tear you cried has been converted into the dopamine of a conqueror, and every loss you suffered has been turned into the strategic intelligence of a leader. You are no longer guessing your way through life, but you are reigning your way through it as the master of your own destiny and the promontory that Marcus Aurelius described. You are the rock that stands firm while the churning waters of the world are forced to grow quiet around you. The Father says that your favor will no longer be a secret thing discussed in the quiet of your prayer closet, but your favor will be a public banner that everyone will be forced to acknowledge. Those who watched you crawl in the dirt of your trials will now watch you fly in the heavens of your triumph. Your next breakthrough will not be a slow and painful crawl, but it will be a sudden and violent explosion of grace that changes everything in an instant. It is coming with the speed of light, and it is coming with the force of an avalanche that cannot be stopped. This is not motivation, and this is not a speech meant to give you a temporary emotional high to get you through the day. This is revelation. This is the blueprint of your destiny being unveiled in real time by the voice of authority. If you receive this word and you feel the fire of confirmation burning in your chest right now, and if you are ready to step into this new life with the power and authority that belongs to you, then I want you to make a public declaration of your faith. Comment the word Amen or the code 777 right now to seal this alignment in the atmosphere and to sign your name on this new contract with destiny. Do not hesitate, and do not let the enemy whisper one more lie into your ear, because your word is your signature in the spirit realm. The heavens are waiting for the sound of your agreement. This is only the beginning of your reign, and the world is about to see the steel that was forged in the dark. Your old life is gone, and your new season is here. Receive it now. Chosen one, stop and feel the shift in the atmosphere right now. This is the moment of final transition. Everything that was hidden is being revealed. Everything that was delayed is being released. Everything that was blocked is being removed from your path by a hand you cannot see, but your spirit can feel. Heaven is speaking with a finality that shakes the foundations of your old reality. The voice of authority is clear and urgent. Tell them everything. They are ready to receive the scepter. This is the culmination of every lonely night and every silent battle. This is where your internal locus of control becomes your external reality. You are no longer the victim of the waves, but the promontory that stands firm, while the churning waters are forced to grow quiet around you. The winner effect has rewired your brain for this exact second of victory. Every small triumph you claimed in the dark has built the dopamine of a conqueror within your soul. You are not waiting for power to come from the outside. You are realizing that the power has been inside you all along, forged in the heat of your own endurance and tempered by your refusal to die. The silence of the forge is finally broken by the sound of your arrival at the gates of your destiny. The training is finished. The tests are passed. The resistance has no more legal right to hold you back from the light you were born to carry. Your spirit is vibrating with the frequency of your true identity as a world shifter. I hear heaven declaring the verdict that changes your history and your future forever. Your old season is over. Your new life has begun. You are the one who was chosen to survive the fire, and you are the one who is chosen to lead others through it. This is your retroactive resignification manifesting in the physical world. Your pain was never a random tragedy. It was the mandatory preparation for the weight of the glory you are now stepping into. If you feel the truth of this final transition burning in your chest like a sacred fire, subscribe to this channel right now as your physical signature on this divine decree. Your subscription is not a transaction, but a declaration to the heavens that you have claimed your alignment. Do not let this moment of revelation fade into the noise of the world. Seal your destiny with this action. This is your first step as the absolute master of your future. The fog has vanished, and the throne is waiting for you. Chosen one, take a deep breath right now, and let the air fill the spaces in your lungs that have been tight with tension for too many years. Stop and feel the weight of your own hands resting where they are, and notice the stillness that is beginning to settle over your skin like a protective mantle. Is your spirit burning in this exact second with a heat that logic cannot explain? Do you feel a pull in the very center of your chest, as if an invisible thread is being drawn tight by the hand of the Creator? Do you feel a warmth spreading through your limbs, or a vibration in your bones that feels like a frequency from a world you have only visited in your dreams? Do you feel a peace so heavy and so profound that it anchors you to the earth while the storms of the world continue to howl outside your door? This is your confirmation. This is the physical proof that your soul has recognized the truth long before your mind could even begin to process these words. Heaven has waited for this perfect alignment and this precise minute of your existence to tell you what you have always felt in the quiet of the night, but never dared to name out loud. You felt different because you were created to be different. You felt singled out by hardship because you were being singled out for a leadership that the world desperately needs. Listen to the rhythm of my voice and let it sink into the marrow of your bones. You were never forgotten in the dark. You were never rejected by the light. You were never abandoned in the silence of those long and lonely years. Every time you thought you were forgotten, you were actually being hidden for your own protection until the season was right for your revealing. Every time you thought you were rejected by the systems of men, you were actually being redirected toward a throne that no man can ever take away from you. Every time you thought you were abandoned in the suffocating silence, you were actually being positioned in the very center of the divine will, where the only voice you could hear was the one that mattered. You were never forgotten. You were never rejected. You were never abandoned. You were being sculpted by a master architect who saw the finished masterpiece while you only saw the marble being chipped away. You were being forged in a fire that was calculated to burn away your chains without singeing a single hair on your head. You were being prepared for a weight of glory and a magnitude of power that the version of you from last year would have been crushed by. The vibration you feel in your chest right now is the winner effect activating in your biological reality. Your brain is being rewired in this very second as you finally accept that your survival was not a matter of luck, but a matter of mandate. You are the promontory that Marcus Aurelius described in his journals while the empire crumbled around him. You are the rock that stands firm while the churning waters of chaos and doubt are forced to grow quiet and lulled to rest around your feet. You have claimed your internal locus of control, and you have stopped looking for permission from a world that was never meant to understand you. You are moving out of the shadows of the forge and into the brilliance of the sun. You are now entering the gate of unmistakable clarity, where the fog of confusion is being burned away by the heat of your own realization. You are stepping into a purpose so bright and so focused that every obstacle in your path will be forced to bow down or be consumed. You are walking into an abundance of spirit and an abundance of resources that were written for you in the halls of eternity before the foundations of the world were even laid. This is your birthright, and this is your destiny. This is the moment where the training officially ends and your reign as a world shifter officially begins. If you feel this fire in your spirit, and you know that this message is the seal of your new life, then I want you to share this video right now with someone else who needs to hear the truth. This is not just a simple act of sharing, but it is an act of spiritual multiplication and a declaration of your role as a light bearer. There are other chosen ones who are still wandering in the dark and still tasting the salt of their own tears and still wondering if heaven has forgotten their names. By sharing this message, you are becoming the messenger for their breakthrough, and you are helping the light reach the corners of the earth where the enemy still tries to whisper his lies. Do not keep this sacred fire to yourself, but let it spread to the ones who are waiting for their signal to rise up. Your action right now is your declaration of alignment with the mission you were born to fulfill. Take one more deep breath and feel the steadiness of your heart beating with the power of a conqueror. You are ready to step into the high places. You are ready to hold the scepter. This path was prepared for your feet, and this victory was secured for your hands, and this entire life was written for you before time began. Before you go anywhere, chosen, one pause right now. Do not move, and do not let the noise of the world rush back into your spirit just yet. I want you to declare your alignment in the comments right now by writing the words, "I am ready for what God is revealing." This is not just a comment on a video, but it is your signature in the spiritual atmosphere and your first act of possession in this new season. Like this video in this exact second, so that the algorithms of this world are forced to carry this light to the other chosen ones who are still wandering in the dark and tasting the salt of their own tears. Your like is a rescue mission for a soul you have never met, but who is waiting for this exact signal. Subscribe to this channel right now, because the heavens have not finished speaking to you, and you cannot afford to miss the next instruction from the Forge. This is your place of revelation and your sanctuary of truth. This moment is your confirmation and your divine revealing. I have shared everything I was commanded to give you, and I tell you now that this is only the beginning. This is the moment to seal your revelation with a seed of faith. I invite you to sow a small seed of love right now by clicking the link below to buy me a coffee. Your support is not a transaction, but it is a strengthening of this ministry and a way to ensure that the message of Christ and the light of truth continue to reach the broken and the chosen across the entire earth. Every seed you plant is a declaration that you value the light and that you are committed to keeping this flame alive for those who are still in the fire. Thank you, beloved, for standing with me and for recognizing the authority of this hour. You are a world shifter, and your reign has only just begun. Stay in the light and stay in the peace that has been forged for you. This is only the beginning.